Okay, and we're back. And we are back. Let me consult some notes here just for a second. Let's recap a little bit. The first talk in this series we had. If you want to be happy, you have to go where happiness is. Okay, that's a good start. Um, we are focused on that exterior. We are convinced. I mean, aren't you convinced? I am. I was convinced for years that something out there was going to make me happy. All I had to do was find it. And I remember, you're going to school, you're young, and you're growing. And if you're a girl, you meet boys, and if you're a boy, you meet girls. And I remember, for the longest time, I just have to find the right girl. I just have to find her. And if I can get her, then everything's going to be just fine. So that's not our first external search object, but it tends to be up there among the first, right? You're a young kid, and maybe I remember having just working odd jobs. I loved the feeling of making money. I loved that. I could go out, go outside on a Saturday morning early, just a young little boy is all I was. And I could walk up the street. I could go knock on the door at Mr. Wallstead. I knew he was up. Or another man, three or four houses north of him, he was always up. He was a former Marine sergeant. He was old school, and I could read him like a book, even as a kid. And I remember asking him, I'd see him. I can't remember his name. But I remember it was early. I'd get up early on Saturday mornings, and he appreciated having human company. And I guess I had a little bit of insight into human nature even then. And I could tell he appreciated the fact that I was coming up early, 7, 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and asking him, are there any weeds to pull? Can I pull your trash cans out? Or, whatever, anything. Hey, I forget his name, but I remember Wallstead, a few houses up. Remember all those people. And I could do that. I could go out, knock on a few doors, make $1 here, $2 there, come home with $4 in my pocket, which was a ton of money at that time. And then later, I remember my friend Ken and we'd ride our bikes over to they used to have, it was called Thrifty Drug. It's kind of like CVS now, but not as advanced. But it was thrifty, and they'd sell ice cream. I think a scoop of ice cream was like a nickel. Whatever. I don't want to be that guy and say, "Oh, remember when?" But I'm just saying I'm explaining how we are socialized that something outside of us is going to make us happy. So my first taste of that was probably making money, because that would give me a thrill, and I'd be like, wow, I feel pretty good. That seemed to really get rid of the pain, right? The psychological, emotional pain of just living under that roof with those people. Put that word in quotes too. So anyway, if you want to be happy, you have to go where happiness is. And believe it or not, I mean, don't believe anything you hear here. Don't believe anything. Find out for yourself. But happiness, and a lot of people don't even know. They say, I want to be happy, but they don't realize that happiness is an emotional level. An emotional level is happiness. That's what it is. Just like anger is an emotional level. It's a state. See, and anger is painful, and happiness is pleasant. So, you would think human beings want to enjoy pleasant states, higher states of living. You would think that, you would assume that, but it's not true. Us human beings love our pain. We love it. Because if I'm in pain, I've got something to complain about. I've got something to tell you about. I can make myself the center of, oh, look at me. I'm someone who's in pain. I can regale you with countless tales of my pain. You ever have somebody do that? That's a lot of fun, huh? See, we love our pain. That's a big part of this. Have you ever all these images they come in, and I try to pick one and expand on it, but like an infant. Have you ever noticed how an infant baby, they're holding something that they shouldn't be holding, and they grip it, and you're like, my God, you've got a little kung fu grip on you. You're the original G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip. You know, they really hold on to that. I remember a friend of mine, her sister's baby or something. I leaned into the crib. We were in the room saying hi to the baby, and the baby was in, her sister, somebody said, oh, don't let the baby hold that, or whatever it was. A pencil fell into the crib or something. But I go, okay, I'll get it. I'm right here. And I'm trying to work the pencil out of that baby's grip, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, you little monster. I can't believe how, and he didn't want to give it up. We hold pain like that. We hold pain like that baby. Okay. So if I want to be happy, it's up to me. It's self-responsibility. I have to go where happiness is. Happiness exists inside me. And that's another point. If you are a person who refuses to take responsibility for yourself, this work is not for you. I'll tell you flat out, you can just mash the button, go on to whatever else you watch to, distract yourself, to entertain yourself, whatever it is you don't watch another instant of this if you're not willing to take responsibility for yourself. Only self-responsible human beings, adults, are qualified to be happy. See, you can be happy, but you have to grow up. If you refuse to grow up, you're not going to be happy. You never will. See, this is like in the past video, and these things go so short, I can barely even warm up on a topic. They go so quick, and then I got to stop. But if you're not willing to take right responsibility for yourself, you'll never be happy. You'll always be miserable. Irresponsible people are miserable people. People who refuse to take accountability for themselves are miserable people, and they're not going to be happy. And anyway, so we touched on that in talk one. If you want to be happy, you have to go where happiness is and find out for yourself. But I'm telling you, it does not exist outside of you. You can buy the shiny new car. You can move, buy a new house, get new clothes, get a new spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. You can get a new dog, a new cat. You can adopt a kid. I don't know if you can get rid of your kids, but that might bring some happiness, right? Anyway, you are responsible, and if you're not happy, it's because of you. It's not anything exterior to you that's causing you the misery that you presently suffer, or from which you presently suffer. It's not. It's you. You refuse to wake up. You refuse to be responsible. You refuse to accept accountability. Accountability means I'm willing to say to somebody, I did that. I am at fault. I made that mistake. It's my fault, boss. I did it. I made that mistake. See, I'm not backtracking, backpedaling. I'm not planning, plotting, and scheming of some plan. Gee, what can I tell the boss? How can I brush this over and make it look like it's not my fault? People do that all the time. Most people refuse accountability. And how rare it is when you actually hear someone say, I made that mistake, raise their hand and say, I did it. That's my mistake. Try it sometime and notice how free you feel when you flat out just admit you made a mistake. People who refuse to take accountability, they can't do that. People who refuse self-responsibility, you don't want to be responsible for yourself, this isn't for you. You'll never be happy. You'll never find contentment because you're in the habit and you'll continue the habit of blaming somebody else for your troubles. And that's not only totally irresponsible, but it's also being childish. You're being a child when you blame somebody else for your trouble. I don't care what it is. And I mean, look at this country. Pull the camera back a little bit. In this day and age, you've got adults, and they get on social media, that you see them all over the place. They blame other people for their troubles. They say, oh, these kinds of people held me back. They hold me back. They don't hold you back. I mean, look at this world. Look at this country. I'm not going to get political, but this country has program after program after program for certain types of people who have historically had difficulty getting ahead. It's nobody's fault that you are not ahead. And while we're on that, how do you get ahead? It's easy. You get educated and then you go to work. And that's it. You educate yourself to the best of your ability. That's one. Two, you go to work. And if you can't find work, you keep looking for work until you find it. And if you have to work two jobs, work two jobs. Plenty of people do. And when you make money, you also have to save money. The power to save money is the power to succeed in this world, in this lifetime. If you want to succeed, you'll find a way. But if you want to fail, you'll find a way to do that also. The point is, when are you going to grow up? You have to stop blaming other people and blaming the exterior and exterior things for harming you. You can be a victim, but there's no fun in it. It's horrible being a victim. That's a horrible identity to pull on every day. You've seen pictures, movies. There's a coat rack by the door, and some people, before they walk out the door in the morning, they go to the coat rack and they put on the coat of being a victim. Okay, now I'm going to go out and I'm going to be a victim because that's what I've identified myself as. That's what I have labeled myself as. I know who I am. I'm a victim. And that's a lie. You're not a victim. Nature didn't create you to be a victim. You're just not thinking clearly. You're not seeing things clearly. Okay? Anything that you want in life, you have to go get it. Anything that people can give you, have you noticed this? Anything in life that people can give you or society can give you, do you really even want that? Haven't you noticed that the quality of anything that anyone gives you is like, it's second rate? Why would you want to accept anything from anyone that you haven't earned? Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to be independent? You can be free. You can feel free. You can have a feeling of independence. You can go live your life the way you want to live it. But you have to be responsible first. You have to do that. You must take responsibility for yourself. And if you're going to be on this path, if you're going to learn how to wake up and come out from among them and stop suffering, you have to take right responsibility. You have to watch these talks. You have to read everything you can. I suggest, this is our 5th talk. I haven't even mentioned it, but you might want to avail yourself of the website that's connected to these talks. Look in the description. It's right there. Click that link. Those are the books. If you want to be happy, you have to go where happiness is. That was our first talk. Second talk, what is self-observation? What is it? And we said it's awareness. Self-observation is a state of awareness. It's where I'm going through my day and I'm alert and I'm aware of everything that I'm doing. I'm noticing my breath as the breath comes into me. I'm noticing the words as the words come out of the mouth and I'm communicating with someone. I'm talking with someone and I'm actually listening to what they're saying. I'm listening to the words that they're saying. When's the last time that happened? Because so many times you and I are in a big hurry. It's like, hey, you hurry up and finish saying what you're saying so that I can interject. I mean, 90% of communication is that as we're speaking. So self-observation is that state of awareness. I'm aware, I'm alert, I know what the hands are doing. I'm going to reach for this screwdriver consciously. I'm going to know that I just picked it up. I feel the handle of it. The handle of it is, it's stiff, rigid, cold. It's, this thing's just been sitting there. It's cold, but I mean, I'm going to use this screwdriver because there's a bolt, there's a nut over here that's loose. I'm going to drive this wood screw in on this bedroom door a little bit because it's become a little bit loose. So I'm going to re-cinch that wood screw down in there. That good old copper number 5 wood screw. And cinch it back into the hinge of the bedroom door. Okay, I'm alert. I'm not lost in thought. I'm not stuck in thought. I'm not lost in my imagination. I'm watching thoughts as they come through my mind. That's doing the work also. That's self-awareness, self-observation. I'm observing the thoughts as they come up. I'm observing the emotions as they come up. I'm driving, I'm in traffic. Someone, the light goes from green to it's yellow and I'm just not quite close enough to the intersection. And I'm going to miss this. And I get that little tug, that little inside of me as I miss the light. I for a moment I thought I was going to make that green light, but it just hit yellow and I'm not anywhere near that intersection. And I'm not going to punch it. I don't need a ticket, right? I need to get where I'm going, but I don't need to get there that quick. I can't afford that ticket. I mean, the price of tickets these days, right? So it's that little inside that little reaction. Oh, I missed that intersection. Okay, that's self-observation, self-noticing. The phone rings. What's the first thing that should come to mind? The first thing that should come to mind when the phone rings, what do they want from me? Ask yourself that question. What do they want from me? I haven't looked at caller ID yet. I don't know who's calling. What do they want from me? Okay, that grounds me. That puts me back into the moment. That gives me self-awareness. Okay. I walk through a doorway. I'm at home and I walk through a doorway. I know that I'm walking through that doorway. This brings me back home to myself. That's self-observation. That's doing the work. Okay. Or I'm outside and I've been to the store and I come home and I'm going to unlock the door. Some people have electronic locks now, and I've got an old style deadbolt. House key is what I use to get back in. And so I know that I'm holding that key. It's in my hand and I know it. And as I put the key into the lock and I unlock the deadbolt and I unlock the doorknob. Okay, I know that I'm doing that. I know that I'm walking back into the home. Okay, I know that I'm taking my shoes off and I'm putting on the sandals for the house. Okay, or I'm in bed in the morning and I wake up and we discussed this I think in the first talk. The best thing we can do in the morning when we wake up is get out of bed. Don't lay in bed. And you'll notice when you lay in bed, the mind starts doing its thing, ruminating. What if this happens today? What if that happens today? The best thing is to just, when you wake up, get up and get out of bed. And that, what does it do? It wakes me up. It wakes me up. I'm awake. Okay. A new day has begun. I'm awake. And the stopwatch, the stopwatch is on 0.00. Brand new day starting right now. Okay. How do I wake up? How do I self-observe? This is what we're talking about. I notice myself in action. I notice my breathing. I come home to myself. Right? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. I'm seeking first the kingdom of heaven. It exists inside me, inside you. God is inside you. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. It's closer than your own breath, right? Remember he said that? It's closer than your own breath, which it is. The kingdom of heaven, it's here. It's from about this part of your chest to the top of your head. This is the kingdom of heaven, this part. It's not all mental. It's from the heart, but it's like your sternum up. This is it, the higher part of you. This is it. This is your awareness. This is where the kingdom of heaven exists. Hell does not exist in some geographic location. Hell exists inside you. It's your psychological level, your emotional level. Okay, so how do I self-observe? I do all these things. When I reach for the doorknob, I know I'm reaching for it. I feel it. I feel how that doorknob feels. When I go to the fridge, I'm going to make something to eat. I know that I'm opening that fridge. When I walk across the floor, I know that I'm walking. When I'm in the driver's seat, I'm driving. I know that I'm driving. The steering wheel is right here. I'm telling you, it is fascinating. We are always dreaming about, we always want to take that vacation to some faraway place. We want to go far away and escape everything. The real holiday is within you. The real journey, the real authentic traveling is inside you. Self-discovery, self-knowledge, self-understanding. That brings you everything. The kingdom of heaven is closer than your own breath. It's right there. It's yours. Okay? It's yours. It's yours for the taking. That source never runs dry, ever. It can't. It's impossible. It's infinite. Okay. Awareness, alertness. It's right here, right now. You can have it. It is yours. You can live from that, and you never have to leave that, ever.